It's the price I pay by having the Packers in playoff contention is I'm going to lose my car because
Is it?
one good thing cannot happen for me, without an equal or worse thing happening. So
Yeah.
it's just,
Um, I mean, would you trade Becca for a Packers Super Bowl?
yes. Yeah. She's going to die anyway, probably before the Super Bowl. So why not just expedite the process and watch every playoff game knowing that we're going to get to the Super Bowl and win
No,
it?
like you got to go outside and just with a jackhammer and just absolutely torch
Dude, that'd be fun.
it. Wait, I actually
I'd
get benefit from this.
I'd cry while doing it because I love that car to death, but at the same time, I'd be like, hey, this is kind of badass.
It,
Like
it it'd be like that WWE meme where that guy's like, I'm sorry," and then drop kicks the fucking guy,
yeah,
you to Becca on the way out.
it'd be just like a WWE match. All right, well, let's get into it. This is episode 7 of Shameful Locks. This is the week of, what was it, January 2nd? Yeah, the week of January 1st, I guess. The week of January 1st. New Year's Day. We're right into 2023, starting off hot.
Are we?
Eh, in some ways, like I was saying in the car, but it is what it is. What are we gonna do?
College teams aren't playing for the national championship.
No.
Packers maybe.
Packers. Well, like Steelers got a shot to get in, right?
I mean, I can't wait to get curb stomped by the Chiefs in the first round. That'll be so sweet. I can't wait for that.
One of my locks is against y'all this week anyway. So
Oh, picking the Browns. Yeah, you got no more college games, so you got to go to the NFL here.
yeah, I'm transitioning.
But yeah,
Not in a tranny way, but I'm transitioning.
proud of you for making sure that was clear to everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go over the picks last week. So you had South Carolina money line over Notre Dame, lost,
Mm.
but that was, what if I were to tell you that was your only loss last week, including your
I'd be
bonus
so
pick?
happy. I'd be ecstatic. That'd be fine with
Wow.
me.
Well, let me tell you then, because you had Tennessee plus 4.5, which I thought was a stupid bet.
You did.
Beat
You
the
said
shit
that
out of
on the
Clemson.
episode.
I did. I thought that was stupid. I thought Clemson was going to come out and curb stomp Tennessee.
Joe Milton,
Nope.
baby.
First good thing he ever did for you.
Uh-huh.
Good old Joe Milton, old Michigan. Did he graduate, or he's not an alumni? Is he?
No,
Or is he just a transfer?
no, he was there for I think 2 years. Once Shea Patterson left, they were like, "Oh, he's the guy," and then he was the one playing that COVID season when we went 2-4. So
Yeah, he was terrible. Anyway, then you finished your week off with an Ohio money line versus Wyoming, which they pulled off in overtime, which is actually a thrilling game in the Barstool Arizona Bowl.
the Barstool
Um,
Arizona Bowl, that was hilarious. Jersey Jerry fell over. It
yes,
was great.
that was good comedy. So you went 2-1 in your picks last week, and
Don't
you
forget my
also
bonus
had a.
pick.
I was about getting there. I'm getting there. You had a bonus pick of Mississippi State money line, and they did it for Leach, baby, for
For
Leach.
Leach, baby.
Um,
Coach Leach.
that was actually New Year's Day, so we're here in Ohio. Legal gambling is
It was the second.
legal. Was
But
the
yeah,
second?
we're there. Yeah.
Edit that out.
Massive.
Edit that out. No, it's great though because I also took part of that one. I was bored sitting at home, and I was like, "Hey, fuck it up. I'll take Tim's bonus pick," which, knowing your record, was a terrible idea. But
Awful.
hey, you're hot this weekend.
I'm hot. If you count the bonus pick, I went 3-1 this past week. Hey, and my 1 week of doing NFL a couple weeks ago was hot. Went 2-1 in that. So I mean, who's to say we don't end on a good note here going into the playoffs? So
For sure, for sure. So, my picks last week, I had 3 picks as well for the NFL, and I actually did terrible. I went 1-2. I guess the best news I have here is here. Hold on, I'll start with my picks and how they went. So I had the over in the Chiefs game, over 45. That hit. I had the Vikings plus 3.5. Got destroyed by the Packers. Not even close.
yeah,
Which I'm sure,
boy.
big fan of that one. I'm sure.
I was rooting heavy
Uh,
against your bet that day.
I mean, it makes sense. I rationalize why you would. And then I had the Eagles finally clinching it up for me because I have an Eagles winning their division bet, and I had Eagles minus 6.5, and they lost by 10, I believe.
Gardner,
to
my
the
boy
Saints.
Gardner's just not pulling through right now.
He's not. But yeah, that the good thing about me going 1-2 is I have clinched a at least over 500 season. So I'm sitting at a cool 18, 14, and 1 on the season, which that's in the green. I mean,
That is.
in the green, we're happy.
I'd be more than happy to have a green right now. I'm deep red.
Yeah. Which, hey, I mean, you had a good week last week. You're sitting down at a 7-22-1.
Like I said, we're just playing for pride at this point. You know, we just want to have good performances on the field week in and week out. You know, we're mathematically out of the race right now, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and before we get off real quick, to your picks, because I know you usually go first, I wanted to tell you a quick little funny story about Bruce. So Bruce has been gambling, and because I mean he got to do the referral thing for me, and he got $100, and then he got $200 for signing up. And he is hot, dude. He went like 4-2 on Sunday, and then he was like, "Hey, did you bet anything last night?" He texted me this morning. I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Oh, no worries. I don't know anything about basketball, but I bet this and won." And I was like, "Do you know who those people are?" And he goes, "No." He had I can't even
Beginner's
pronounce
luck.
this guy's name. Yeah, I
Beginner's
mean,
luck.
we need to start asking Bruce for picks. Bruce for the audience is my dad. We just call him Bruce, which isn't even his name,
Which
but
is even his name.
It's just an iconic moment that we just call him Bruce at this point. But yeah, he had Lowry Markkinen for 25 points. I butchered that guy's name, cashed. And then he had De'Aaron Fox over 5.5 assists. He had 6. Bruce won $40, and he's like, "Oh, cool. I don't know who those people are. I woke up to that this morning." Like, I had 3 bets last night. None of them hit.
We got to have Bruce on as a special guest for Shameful Locks. All right, hey, Bruce, give us some of your divine wisdom. You know, God knows I need it. All right, without further ado, we'll get cracking here. This is week 18 in the NFL. Obviously, college football has come to a close, all but the national championship game, which is TCU and Georgia. Couldn't give less of a shit about.
I bet on it.
You know, if you came here for picks, I picked Georgia. There you go. All right, move on. But too. Week 18 here in the NFL, lots of playoff berths on the line. So have you heard much about like any starters sitting? Really, I haven't seen much about that at all.
So I'm actually, like I said, I have a Eagles winning the division bet. So I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about hedging myself at the moment because the Eagles are win a division, but they play the Giants, and Jalen Hurts is supposed to be back, and I need to know if the Giants are benching their starters or not, because I might hedge myself with a free bet or something. Because I mean. Right. I'd be really pissed off if the Eagles don't win their division. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Sure. It's always a good idea to hedge a little bit, you know, might as well.
I mean, might have to.
But yeah, getting into my locks this week. Number one, I kind of teased this earlier, but I do have Browns money line plus 130. You know, obviously, Deshaun coming back late hasn't been that big of a presence in that offense that, shouldn't really need him that much, but seems to need him, and he's not performing. But
he actually had a good game last week. He had 3 touchdowns, no turnovers.
He did, but I think overall, and it's hard really, to even say much about him just because he missed over a season and a half football. Obviously there's going to be rust. Yeah, obviously there's going to be rust and time needed to get back into the pace and all that. But I like it when the Browns are put into a situation to play spoiler. And that's kind of what they have this week to knock you all the Steelers out of any type of contention. So see if Stefanski and the boys can get the job done. That's lock number one. Lock number two is the over in Minnesota and Chicago. Chicago, terrible defense, obviously, as we stated on the show before. The over there is 43.5. Minnesota, pissed off football team. Gotta be, very angry, not playing for too much, but you can imagine that they want to get Kirk and Jefferson kind of on the same page going into the playoffs to try and make a deep run. So I see that 43 hitting. That odds on that are minus 106.
Can I give you a little tidbit there on that one?
Yep.
Justin Fields is not playing in that game. It's Nathan Peterman.
Perfect. Maybe he'll come out, have something to prove.
Throw some pick sixes just for you.
Hey, there you go. See, maybe it's a game like the Packers gave the Vikings last week, just a ridiculous, scoring fest,
for one side.
Yeah. Hey, and if it's as big as last week, the over would hit 43.5, if it's the exact same score.
All right.
Moving on from that though, which I think this is robbery, highway robbery even. Mm-hmm. The Chargers are only favored 1.5 over the Broncos this week. And, if you've watched this show and you know me, I love betting against the Broncos. You put together the factors of just losing your head coach about 2 weeks ago. The Broncos are terrible on everything except for defense. And, I think you put all that together. I think 1.5 points is ridiculous. So I'm taking the Chargers and the points minus 110. That rounds out my my NFL Week 18 locks.
You gonna parlay those together by any chance this weekend?
I might do them individually.
Okay,
but I might just mess around and just parlay them. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead of it, but I imagine I'll place them the day of. So.
Okay, because I've already excuse me. Yeah, I did my bet last night for my my locks. Give me a minute. I want to pull it up because I already saw that the line moved a little bit since I placed it. So I wanted to give you what I had yesterday to let you know what I actually am betting. Yeah, so I got my 3 picks here. DraftKings, that all the free plays or whatever expire the 7th. So I've got a few to use. So I probably laid my 3 picks together here on a $25 bet. Pays out 152 if all 3 things happen. But starting with Saturday Night Football here, we got Jaguars versus Titans. And I'm taking the Jaguars minus 6.5. The Titans, I just don't have much faith in them right now. I think that the Jaguars probably easily win this game. They got Joshua Dobbs, which I love me some Joshua Dobbs. I actually thought he played pretty well against the Cowboys last week, but I just don't think they got the squad that the Jaguars have and the momentum that the Jags have right now. The Jags just curb stomped the Texans this past week, like 20-3 or something like that. And the week before that, the Titans lost to the Texans.
Yeah.
So just going based off, I forget the name of the theorem there, but the transitive property, I think that's what it is.
Transitive property. Yeah.
I could sound like a total idiot if that's not it.
Or you could just say basing off of common opponents.
Yeah. Let's just pretend I said that.
To use a football term.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a little too into it here. But yeah, that's pick number 1, Jags minus 6.5 at minus 110. I saw it did move down to 6 today, so I wish I would have taken it down. Second pick, I am also going in the Broncos game. I am going on the under. I heard rumor that the Chargers may bench some of their guys because they're not really playing for anything. I think that they already clinched the 5 seed. I don't think the Bengals, or I don't think the Ravens can take it from them. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's right. But I'm betting the under 39.5. I think this will be a low scoring game. I hope so because I bet on it. But yeah, hopefully the Broncos don't come out like they did last week and actually score points for the 2nd or 3rd time all season.
Yeah, the Chiefs game a few weeks back, and last week I guess was, I don't know where that came from, but
I don't know. I'm just banking. I think it's going to be a pretty low scoring game. I can see it being like 17-10 because the Chargers don't play in a lot of high scoring games. Which I think that sounds pretty good because that is under 39.5. I got that at minus 105. And then lastly, I'm going down to your Packers. but not in the way that you think I am.
Ah,
I am taking the over.
oh,
Over 49.5 in that game. Here's my logic for this one is they were played super low scoring last time, back when I think both these teams suck. But now they're both obviously a lot better from the last time they played, especially the Packers. And I think the Packers are probably going to end up winning this game, probably just by a few points, not by anything crazy. Because the thing about Detroit is they fight and scratch, no matter shit. They're down by 17 at the end. They're going for that garbage time touchdown. They always
sure.
will, and they always have all year. So I think that over in a Sunday primetime game, take it winner take all probably. As long as the Seahawks lose, I think it's going to be a high scoring affair.
Agreed. I'm glad they flexed that to prime time too, because I do think that's because I don't. Is there a head-to-head clenching game in the AFC at all, or is that all
Not
pretty
head
much
to
set?
head. So the Patriots play the Bills if
Mhm,
they play. I don't know if the Bills are even going to play this week. They haven't said yet.
mhm.
But they play the Patriots, and if the Patriots are winning it, if they lose and the Dolphins win against the Jets, then the Dolphins are in. But
Okay,
if both of those teams lose and the Steelers win, the Steelers get in.
gotcha.
And then
Okay,
I don't even know what happens if all three of those teams in. Probably just the Patriots.
yeah, just whoever. The tie-breaking like rules because they ran through the NFC scenario because there's the Seahawks, Lions, and Packers now in the race. That's all
Mhm.
that's left for that last spot. They ran through the scenarios last Sunday at Sunday Night Football before Steelers Ravens, and I was confused. Guy was trying to be very like dumbed down about it, but he was like, "You see, it's because they have certain wins against this division or something." I was like, I couldn't tell you what, and I'm a football guy, and I couldn't understand what was going on. So, I
Yeah,
I do
they get the math going, and you're like, what the heck? What?
like I understand who needs to win and or who needs to lose for who to hit and all that to get in once it's explained that way. But he was like trying to give like the reasons and the tiebreakers and like the third and fifth tiebreaker rules and all this, and I couldn't tell you what was going
Yeah. If two ties happen, shit, no one make
on.
the
Mhm.
playoffs. Cancel the playoffs.
All right. Well, as we know, sports gambling is now legal here in Ohio. My most outrageous bet I've placed so far was a dollar bet on South African cricket to beat Australia. That was plus 750, and I didn't hit it. So
Damn.
yeah, South Africa let me down against Australia, and I don't know if I'll be able to recover. But yeah, I just hit the live tab when I'm bored and just kind of throw a dollar on this, dollar on that. Just bet underdogs all the time. So terrible
I
idea.
did something very similar this morning. I was on the live tab. I had $5. I was like, hey, fuck it, let's see what we got. And I bet on some Italian soccer. I bet the team that was winning plus 110
Yeah.
to win the game, and then they tied. I hate soccer. Soccer is so stupid.
Football.
If you could
Football.
tie, what's the point? There's no winner. Why no one might as well just not play.
Well, you know what? I was talking to a soccer fan about this pretty recently, actually, and I was like, "Yeah, tying is
Disgusting.
and drawing is the stupidest shit in the world, right?" And he goes, "Well, you can tie in the NFL too." And I go, "Well, not like in like the same
Easily.
way. Like there's a definitive time. Like I don't get the like extra time. Like how do we know how long that's going on? The only people that know that's how long this extra time is going it for is the refs on the field. Those are the only people that know what's going on. That would be so infuriating as a player to be like, I guess I'll just keep playing until the whistle blows. You know, like the time up there means nothing. And
Yeah.
all this. So I don't get that. At least with football, you understand there is a 10-minute extra period in overtime that one of you must score. And if you don't, then we're done. That's a tie. And that's only in the regular season too. Like when it comes to um the playoffs, like it's just they play another period. So
Yeah. And again, that's my other argument towards soccer is I feel like they're very comfortable with tying. I
they're
mean, when
fine
there's a
with it.
tie
Yeah.
in like an NFL game, everyone who watches that game is pissed off. Everyone. No one
Yeah.
leaves happy.
There's been like a tie every year in the NFL for the past like 4 years or something like that. And that's like weird because like there wasn't any for a very long time. So I
Yeah,
don't know if that's a good thing, meaning like the talent's more equal these days or what, but
or worse.
or worse. Yeah, that could be it. All right. Any closing remarks as we head into week 18 in the NFL here?
If you can, everyone, please say a prayer for Becca.
Yes, please say a prayer for my car. She's going through a very tough time right now. Her health has declined rapidly after one attempt at improving her health. So, not sure how that happens. Not sure how that works. It's okay. We'll fight through it. Got to be at work tomorrow morning, so we'll try and figure something out here.
You're not making it to work. I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna Uber.
An
We
hour and
just
a half.
Uber an hour. It's not an hour and a half. It's an hour.
The way you drive, it's an
The way I drive, it's 50 minutes.
Oh,
All right,
poor
folks.
man.
Well, that's all we have here. This has been episode 7 of Shameful Locks for the Week 18 NFL football season. Happy New Year to all. And please enjoy this fantastic new season that we have here in Ohio with legalized sports gambling.
So cool.
For Tim Triplett, that's Gabe Acosta. We'll see you later.